small altar for Edgar Prado, Ricardina Arango spends her days alone, mourning the death of her eldest son.
He was my son. He never let me be alone. He always said, I want to go and see my mother. Those soldiers have more compassion for an animal.
On December 15, the army shot at protesters outside Ricardina's home. Edgar went out to help a wounded man at the doorstep and was fatally hit in the chest. His neighbor and friend, Mari Quispe, was looking out the window when she says helicopters flew over them. She and her husband ran to a back room for cover, terrified.
I thought it was going to be like those years ago when there were people dead here and there. I thought we have to escape. We just prayed to God.
For Mari and many in Ayacucho, the violent demonstrations brought back memories of a deadly past. Ayacucho was at the heart of Peru's internal armed conflict. In the 1980s and 90s, security forces and Shining Path rebels waged a war that left nearly 70,000 people dead, most of them civilians. Today, lawyers are collecting evidence to build a case against the soldiers who opened fire in December, as well as those responsible in the chain of command. On Thursday, a lawyer filed a constitutional complaint in Parliament against President Dina Boluarte and some ministers for the deaths and injuries of protesters by police and the armed forces. Many people who lived through the hours the shootings went on around this area told us they don't want to speak about what they witnessed because they say they're afraid of retaliation. Peru's top prosecutor said a new unit of human rights prosecutors will investigate the deaths. The government says the investigations will be respected. But Ricardina doubts her son's killers will be prosecuted.
They will never fall. They will be free. They will be happy. They have done so much damage. They have made so many people cry. Will they pay someday?
Thousands of people disappeared during the armed conflict of the 80s and 90s, and thousands of cases remain unresolved. Ricardina fears her son's death will suffer the same fate. Mariana Sanchez, Jazeera, Ayacucho.